Hi guys, welcome to your C++ programming e-learning center where we try to teach you how to program in C++ using the step-by-step approach, do it yourself. I am IK Intin, your instructor on the platform. Today we have a little task to perform using the C++ programming language, and our task is to write a C++ program that swaps two given numbers. What am I saying? Suppose you are given x equal 5 and then you are given y equal 10. Now, how do you swap it such that when your program is printing, it will print x equals 10 and y equals 5? Follow this video. If you have your compiler, you can start your compiler, watch step by step and do it yourself. Now let's do some illustration. Let's assume that you have a bucket that contains red paint, another bucket that contains blue paint. Now you want to pour the blue paint into the red paint container and pour the red paint into the blue paint container. How can you do this effectively? To accomplish this, you need a third container. Of course, it should be an empty container. Now with this empty container, what you will do is to pour the blue into this empty container so that now this one will contain a blue paint. Then once the blue container is now empty, we will pour the red into the blue so that this one will now be a red paint. Good. Now the red container is empty, so we will pour back the blue which we initially poured into this container here back into the red, so that this one will now be what? Blue paint. With this, we have effectively swapped these two containers' content. Now the container is the same container, but the content has been swapped. This is what we want to do. So now the next thing is to try and break our question into the structure of the computer. As I have always been indicating in our videos, that if we have any program to write and we can break that particular program into the structure of the computer, that is input, processing, and what? Output. Which part should be input, which part should be processing, which part should be what? Output. If we are able to do this, then the program is done. So in this case, our input here will be the two variables, x and y, the two containers. So we have two containers, container x, container y, variable x, variable what? Y. So the system has to get this container from input devices or from wherever source it is picking it from. The next stage is the processing. So to process, we need an empty container, as we have already illustrated with the paint. So with the empty container, what we do is to put the value of x into the empty container, and now put the value of y into what? X, and now put the value of a into what? Y. And then we print out x and y. Very simple. Now let's see the algorithm. Now with the algorithm, we start the algorithm, we get the first number, that is x, we get the second number, we get the our empty container, of course we need it, and then we get what? We swap, we put x into what? A, and put y into what? X, and put a into y, and we are done. We print it, and that is the end of the algorithm. So this 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 steps will do the job for us. Now how do we transfer this one to C++ syntax? To do this, let's see. First step is to transfer the get number x into what? C++ syntax. And to do that, we have to prompt a user to enter a number and use the cin to pick it. So we have two functions here, the cout and the cin, put together as we've done here. will get the number X from the user. It will first prompt the user on the screen to enter a number, and the cin will pick it. The next line is to get what? The number Y. And the same way we prompt the user and then we pick it. So this will also pick what? The X, the Y from the user, sorry. When we are done, we do the processing. So with the processing, we do the swap. We put X into A, put Y into X, and put A into Y. I hope you are following this. So with this one done effectively, the next one is to print what? Our result. See out X equal X and Y equal Y. Now somebody will say, oh, but we can just decide to print out see out X equal X equal, then put the value of Y here and put the value of what? X here, such that we will not need to do any of this processing. Immediately the person give us the number, we just print our C out and put Y here and put X here. Of course, with this one, the user will see that the thing has swapped, but actually you have not swapped the thing in memory. Remember that in memory, still the value of X is equal to what the user gave you, and in memory, the value of Y is what the user gave you. We want to swap it effectively so that in memory, the actual value of X will now change and the value of Y as the user gave will change. So that when we are using this X and Y value in subsequent operation, it has already been swapped in memory. So that when we call it, it will give us the swap value. So please don't sit down and try and do this one and say you have done the swapping. That is not an effective way to do it. So when we put all together, you will see that this is our algorithm we just wrote. We fix it into the C++ structure. Here we declare three variables, X, Y, and A as float. Of course, we have to use float because the user can decide to enter integer or enter float. And once float is the highest, we use that one. So we use the C out variable X to get the user to enter the variable, and we take it in with the C in. We do same for what? The Y, and then we do the swap. You can see that the comment that I introduced in the previous video, we have implemented it here with comment to show that this place is we are emptying X into what? A, putting the value of X into what? A, and this line is printing out. I hope it is very clear. You can type it on your system, on your compiler, and run it also and see what will happen. I test my system, I run a test, and I input X equals 5 and Y equals 10. And when I run it, the system did swap. As you can see, the initial value of X was what? 5, but here it is saying that the value is what? 10. And here initial value of Y is equal to 10, and here it is saying it is what? 5. I hope this is very clear. You have gotten the idea and you can do it yourself, because our aim is to help you to do it yourself. If you like our channel, we are asking that subscribe to the channel. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. Send the videos, share it among your friends who are also learning programming. And stay tuned to this channel because greater things are ahead. We'll be introducing you to other programming language that you are having problem with it. And also we'll be going to machine learning, artificial intelligence, which are all new technologies that is coming. Stay blessed and be blessed. See you next time. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. We appreciate all what